Good morning, good morning. You are now tuned into another edition of It's Too Early for All of That. I am your humble host, Jay, filmmaker, animator, and your guide to everything under the sun. I've got coffee in hand, excitement in my heart, and I'm ready to kick the day off with some fresh, hot takes. And I'm joined by none other than my ride or die, Lee. How are you doing today, my good man?
Amazing Spider-Man.
I don't know why they caught me off guard. I love it. All right, man. Let's get into the topics. Okay, so the rapper 2 Chainz has announced that he's gone officially independent and he will not be re-signing with Def Jam Records. It's 2024, so it seems like a pretty weird story. I'm happy for him, but what are your thoughts on this?
Good idea. He's known enough. He can just start putting out music at his own pace. He doesn't have to listen to a label anymore. We can get more of I forgot what it was called. Pretty Girls Love Trap Music. We could get more volumes of that without studio interference. Yeah. I think it's fucking great. I think he can just team up with like other acts and do other shit. I don't know, get like some little Russell features going, some shit.
I agree, man. I think this is a massive W for the culture. I think he should inspire other artists to start going independent and start, because he knows what people want to hear. He's in the Atlanta nightclubs. He knows what they want to hear versus some guy in New York that's telling him, "Oh, that doesn't sound like a radio song." Like how dumb at this point in his career, to be honest with you, he's on the back end of his career. But at this point of his career, he needs to level up and tap directly into the consumers. This brings up I have a question to you about ownership, right? I was watching It Is What It Is last week, and there was a question about ownership because I don't know if you follow him, but Cam Newton, the football player, he has a really popular podcast, a really popular like sports analyst, and he just got scooped up by ESPN. So ESPN basically paid him to come on First Take, and there was a big question, a big debate about ownership and like not selling out to the majors. So what are your thoughts? Do you think it's okay to sell out to the majors, or do you think that like at a certain point, if you already have millions of dollars, it's just worth it and it just sends a good message that you own your content and you own yourself, because you're moving culture independently.
Yeah. I think it just depends on where you are in your career and what you want to do at that point, and work-life balance, workload, all that stuff. So like with the Cam Newton thing, him going to ESPN, like I could easily see that being because he'll probably or most likely be censored in some way or form going to ESPN. I'm guessing, right? But also the trade-off with that is he doesn't have to worry about production anymore. Like that'll just be all on their end, and all he'll really have to do, and like paying people and all this other shit through his own LLC or whatever. Because you said he was independent, right? He was just funding everything himself from his old show.
Yeah, he's like shoots probably. I think he has a studio in his house and he shoots all the content and he does his interviews and everything. And he's got like he's got like 2 or 3 hit podcast shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just all over the place. Like in a good way. In a good way.
I could see this being a good move for him in his mind and just in general, because for him, it could just be plug and play now. Now, all I have to do is, he probably didn't even have to go to ESPN studio. Like he has enough stuff in his house. Just keep his same schedule, workflow going or whatever. And then just whenever he's done, hand that off to somebody else from ESPN that's just going to take care of the editing, all this other stuff. All he has to do is just show up now, and then he just gets paid. He doesn't have to worry about delegation anymore.
I think it's just a difference in the mindset. Like either you want to own it outright, or you're just cool with, like you said, just stepping back and then letting someone else run the realms. But it does open so many doors, working for ESPN. So I could definitely see how that could be. It's just really, like, you're right. It really just depends on where you want to go with your career. If you want to be an official journalist and do that, I guess ESPN is you can host the ESPYs and all this other weird stuff, like super corporate stuff that you wouldn't have access to if you just had a really poppin' YouTube channel, because you're still at the end of the day just a YouTuber. You know, like they go, oh, he's just a YouTuber. Yeah, you're right. I guess, yeah. It gives you a sense of legitimacy. So it's all about ownership and what you feel.
And they pay for everything. Like they'll fly him out to do whatever. On their dime. Like just go out, eat good food, network with more people. When your contract's up for negotiation, you could just go, if I want to, I'm more familiar with how to do this. I've met more people that I can, delegate shit to if he wants to go back to doing the independent thing with his podcast. And then now he has even more connections, probably met even more people that he can interview or like have lines to interview on his own thing. It's just, yeah, if he wants to later on, you can just switch it up. It always just depends on where you're at and what you have the patience for in your life. So I never see like independent or going to the majors as a good or bad thing. It just depends on what you're doing.
That's a great take. That's a great take. All right. Moving on. Joker 2 is a unanimous flop across the board. The film is projected to lose around somewhere between 150 to $200 million in its theatrical run. And it's getting an early VOD digital release on October 29th, less than a month after its theatrical release. What are your thoughts on the culture, the film Joker 2, and the future of comic book films, with it being a flop like this?
I don't think this affects comic book films at all. Those are gonna keep getting made until overall everything, until overall people are just tired of them and none of them make money anymore. That's why I could never understand when people are like, "Oh, comic book fatigue," all this other shit. It's like there's still some that come out and make billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you think they're gonna step away? Like, I'm pretty sure, who's it, like Warner Brothers or Disney will probably not mind not making comic book movies anymore, but that would make no sense for them not to because they're still profitable. I mean, Warner Brothers is about to have like a whole redo of the DC universe in film.
Yeah,
The
I
whole thing
heard it's going to be a changing of the guard.
Well, yeah, it's already is. Like James Gunn is doing his whole thing.
A new
So
power structure is going to come into play, you know?
yeah, so all this makes me think is maybe they should have shelved the Joker 2, even though I like what it was doing from everything I've heard. And maybe they should have just put out that Batgirl movie that they fucking deleted. Because I was really interested in that. I wanted to see that from everything I was reading about it. Brendan Fraser as Firefly. The Batgirl looked cool in a costume. That looked dope. I know I'm getting up. What was the second? What were the other two questions that you asked about fucking Joker?
Just like, what do you think about this in the culture? The culture war, like, it's just unanimously rejected as being a FU to the powers that be, or the people that really enjoyed the first one.
I mean, just fucking edgelord fuckboys. Like, it's just the fucking losers. They saw they saw the end of the road with this shit. You go to prison, you get a stick up the ass. So cut it out. Start being nice to the people, you pieces of shit. Stop trying to make your personality up through fucking fictional characters. Be a real person. Be a real human being. Or else.
I think with Joker 2 flopping like this is kind of like a sign that people vote with their dollars, and they always have. And to be honest with you, the first one wasn't supposed to be that big of a hit. Like, they really didn't have that much faith in it. And I could have told you it was going to flop. I said back then when I heard that they were making a sequel, I said, you know how Todd Phillips is with sequels. I was like, he's not good. He's not good with sequels. And like, remember I said, I was like, Hangover 2 was not good. Hangover 3 was even worse. And Hangover 3 felt like an apology for the second one, which was horrible.
Yeah, Hangover 3 was like, the beginning is like pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, but then it just really falls off a cliff, and then it just gets really silly. And then they let I can't remember his character, but they let him get too much screen time, in my opinion.
Who, John Goodman?
Didn't work. I was in John Goodman. No. The Asian drug lord.
Oh, Ken Jeong, his character.
Yeah,
I forgot his character's name.
Yeah, I was trying to remember his character. Yeah, but yeah, they let his character. It became damn near like a sitcom. The jokes. And I was like, this is not why I like the first one. I was like, this shit is like, y'all are off base. But I saw him trying to wrap it up and make like a tight. Now, I saw what they were going for. I just let them have it. But yeah, I said, like, Todd Phillips is not great with sequels. That's what I learned from those two films. And I wasn't excited for this Joker. So when I found out that he shit the bed, like, with this one, I wasn't surprised, and I called it. You can go to earlier episodes. I literally said, I was like, he's not good with sequels. So I'm not surprised, but I'm also not siding with the people that are mad that it was like, anti them. The studios hate us. This is a big joke on us. Maybe the joke was that we shouldn't be joking about this guy. Maybe that's the joke. I don't know.
Fucking
I don't know. I feel like I think we have Joker fatigue, honestly. It's like there are other Batman villains. Like, let's explore them. I'm over Joker. I didn't even like Joker in the Batman film. Did you like him?
He wasn't even really in it. Are you talking about the deleted scene that they released?
Yeah, he was in the movie a little bit. Yeah. They
at the very
end.
Him,
and then
he was like Did you watch that scene that they put out on?
I watched it. Yeah, I watched the deleted scene, and then he was in the film a little bit. Yeah,
I'm a
but
sucker for
I
that
didn't
shit.
even. I don't. Yeah, I
I
don't
like
like
that.
that rendition of Joker. Like with
Oh
the
yeah,
because I
what
read
was
that
wrong with it?
comic. Nah, I just don't like it. It make the it's me person. It's my own personal taste.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't like the way it looks. Like it makes my skin kind of crawl. That's kind of more the what is it? Runs in the family style. Is that the one where he was like wearing other people's faces type
New
Joker?
52. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one where he's wearing other people's faces. Is that the one that's inspired this one? Because that's the one I
I
don't
want to
like.
say because it looked like the Scott Snyder version of Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the comics, the New 52 version.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, come on, let's do something else, man. Let's explore. He's got way too many other villains. Hell, let's go into Harvey Dent's psyche. You know, that
I mean
shit's
that's why
cool
they
to
want.
me.
But Harvey Dent to do that well enough, I feel like you need 2 or 3 movies. Like I feel like to really nail that, you have to have him introduce. If you're gonna do a trilogy, you have to have him
Hmm.
introduced in the first movie. Really
Uh-huh.
nail that him and like Bruce are like cool, like good friends. He's still normal in the second movie, and then the third movie, he's the main villain. And you fully see like his downfall, so that you're like used to him and like really
Uh,
feel how
I'm
crazy it
with
is
you.
for Bruce.
I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I agree. Really explore the Harvey Dent. I love Harvey Dent. And it's just so many other villains you can explore. I'm off of Joker. Let's move on.
They did great with the
We have
Riddler.
enough craziness. Riddler was fire.
Yeah, that love the
Riddler
yeah
was
the way
fire.
they did that was fucking great.
So the director of the film iRobot, Alex Proyas, is mocking Elon Musk for ripping off the film's designs for the Tesla's new robot, the dubbed Optimus, the Robo Taxi, and the Robo Van. Have you seen this?
I've heard about it.
Yeah, have you seen the designs?
No, but I heard they look just like the iRobot androids.
It looks just like it, bro.
Yeah, all that
Let
dude
me
is,
see.
that dude is just a rip-off artist. Like he's not. I remember I was so big on like when when he was like first introduced to like us as the people. Then over the years, you're just like, oh, this dude. More shit came out about him, and then I was just like, oh, this dude's just not it. Because it's just like he had done like Tesla, he came in and bought that. SpaceX, he came in and bought that. All the innovation wasn't even done by him. It's just like, oh, okay, I didn't know that.
It's
It's
pretty
like, yeah,
wild, man.
he's a big fat phony. Yeah, but yeah, he's not. Yeah,
I'm not surprised that I'm really not surprised that Tesla just straight up ripped the designs from this film. I mean, the movie's been out for 20 years. I'm not surprised that he did rip the designs though, but like people are still gonna ride his nuts hella hard, which is really crazy to me.
yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know where we're headed for as a society. I think like there's really nothing. There's like I don't really know, man, because it's like all right, this you see this stuff and you don't get scared, but then you're also like, yo, maybe maybe I should start waking up or something. Like I don't know, because it's like, what is gonna happen in the future? It's gonna start like laying down bricks. It's gonna start like doing roofing. It's gonna start like doing electrical work, and then everybody is gonna be like, yo. And then it's going to be waiting tables and just doing the really basic stuff and just take the human interaction out of everything.
are you talking
And
about
then
these
what are
androids?
people supposed to do? Yeah, I'm talking about the robots.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Have
yeah,
you
yeah.
seen them?
Okay.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
I
them?
mean, eventually they are going to do all of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like definitely within our lifetime. So it's like, okay, how do you even prepare for that?
Watch Wally.
I don't remember Wally, bro.
You remember that
I
movie,
don't remember. I
bro?
don't remember anything. Yeah.
Wally is prophetic as fuck. Society gets to the point where like they don't even walk anymore. They're just obese on like these little fucking I can't remember like forgive me if I'm misremembering
Hmm.
some of the details, but like they're on like little fucking hover pads where like they don't even have to walk anymore. And it's like I could see that going for us. Like they live these weird sedentary lifestyles. You just sit in a fucking room, play video games, watch whatever movies you want. They just keep shoving content and food in your fucking face because everything else is done for you. They're fat as fuck. You fat as fuck, boy. They just look they look fucking crazy. They can't even like they like as a society they look like we just devolve. Wally looks like it makes sense the more years go on and the more that we like innovate on shit. So yeah, it's just we're gonna
Your
fuck this
advice
planet
is
up.
basically review Wally as homework and then watch what they do and then do the opposite or do what they do in the movie. I don't remember it. So what should I do?
Just look at
Watch
yeah, just
Wally and then what?
Just condition your mind, baby. It's coming.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Just
All
understand.
right, man. I
That's
love
my
it.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna fuck this planet up. We're gonna be living in cruise ships in the sky. Like if you've ever been on a cruise, that's where that shit's gonna be. You're just gonna have your own little room. You're gonna pretend that, you know, whenever you step outside your room, that's you going outside and interacting with people and shit like that. You're just gonna be, that's it. That's all you're gonna do. Like think about like what we talked about a second ago when it came to the whole Joker thing and how people are upset with that. If you look at Reddit or anything on social media now, like take 2 steps back and really consider what the fuck all these other people outside of like our let's say our groups, like minorities with like actual social issues and shit like that, whenever you take that shit away, like all these other groups, like all they're talking about is how they're being oppressed through entertainment. It's how they're being oppressed. You understand what I'm saying? Like they're coming after us by like they're putting fucking trans folks in these fucking things. They're fucking, now I gotta look at this fucking black dude as this one character, or this black chick as this one character. Now this other character that was whatever, now they're Asian, all this other shit. And it's just also like, you know, there are people, like, not only like are there people starving everywhere, there are people that are just getting fucking bombed daily and shit like that. Motherfuckers that are getting beat, apartheid, all this other shit, and you're just
It's
going,
crazy. You ain't even got to go that far, bro. There are people in your city that are literally getting priced out of their apartment, that are homeless.
yeah.
Like,
And then
people
you
always go
beat
like,
me to
"Oh,
it.
people way over there." It's like, nah, bro. Like, literally, look out your window and you can see just the people, you know, just getting this crazy shit.
So that's what I'm saying. Think about it. And most of these motherfuckers that we're listening to now that complain, they're in a house or apartment. They have shelter, electricity, running water, food, and they spend all day to a week to a month sitting in front of a computer or a phone going like, ooh, these fucking wokes just fucking losing their mind.
That's absolutely insane.
Not worried about rent. That's why half the time I'm
I
just
don't know,
like, all
man.
right, not to be that. Now I'm starting to sound like my fucking parents. Do you know how good you fucking have it? Anytime you're trying to
Hey,
talk
man,
about
gratitude.
something,
There's nothing wrong with gratitude. There's
yeah,
absolutely
right.
nothing wrong with gratitude. All right, I'm
There's-
grateful for this next topic.
mm.
Chad Stahelski. I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. The director of John Wick,
Oh,
Chad,
okay.
reshot a significant. Yeah, the director of John Wick, Chad, he reshot a significant chunk of Ballerina after Lionsgate didn't like Lynn Wiseman's work on the film. But they're not saying it's like a normal reshoot. They're saying like he shot like another 2 or 3 months on it. That's like reports coming out to it about it today. But there was like an old clip maybe a couple months ago. The guy who owns the Intercontinental, the actor, he was talking about how he was talking about the process, and he was saying that the director had to come back and reshoot everything because it's part of the John Wick brand, and he said it wasn't like up to the level as the John Wick films, and he had to come in and basically like reshoot all the film. And yeah, they said that the studios really like it, but I don't know, man. I always kind of get weary when films talking about massive reshoots because they usually always turn out a little not paced well. You know, what are your thoughts?
Well, and then shit starts to like look weird in between
Yeah.
scenes because it's just like, okay, this is obviously a reshoot scene because their wig's fucked up. Now wig's back to being all right. Okay, this is, but no, yeah. I mean, when I saw the trailer, all I can go off is what I saw in the trailer. I don't know if this is. So let me ask you this, because I got like a little lost.
Mm-hmm.
The trailer that they released not too long ago, is that like post reshoots and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think the film's been done a minute, but they went back and reshot on the film 3 more months. So
Okay.
like, and what you saw is like all the reshoots included. So like,
Okay.
the actions and the new footage that they released, like, is definitely the John Wick level.
Yeah, it felt like it
Yeah,
from what I saw.
it felt like John Wick level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if because it didn't. One thing I like because he even shows up in it. I don't know how
I
long
just
he's
don't
gonna
want
be
to
in there.
get a I just don't want to get a release the Wiseman cut. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
they come in and they start touching it, and it's a real thing.
I don't think
You
it's gonna
know.
be an OG suicide situation. This doesn't feel like that.
Okay,
We're
I
like,
hope not. I just don't want to
yeah,
see that. I'm so sick of these people with these, like, posts acting like. What's another one? It's like release the Snyder cut, release the.
the air cut for
Who did you say?
Suicide Squad.
The air cut. The air cut is the most annoying one because that movie was fun, but it was horrible. Like, it was a fun film, but it was horrible.
Yeah, the
And
first Suicide Squad, right? That we're talking about. Yeah. No, because it was like I heard people say it was just like, yeah, it was so weird. Warner Brothers sent it to a trailer house to like cut the movie, like a production company that always cuts trailers to cut the movie. And then when people found that out, they're like, oh, that's what the fuck happened. That's what that was. And then whenever they do that, I'm always like, I'm pretty sure the directors are like screaming, like, why the fuck did you hire me then? If you're just gonna take it away and then like just have somebody else edit it. Why'd you even hire me as a director? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I feel like a lot of people are trying to bleed the John Wick franchise, and Chad is going to have to not really do any other projects. He's really just going to have to watch and protect this one. Like, it's your baby, man. You know, because like they've made like spin-off TV shows
Are those out?
called The Intercontinental. Yeah, it came out, The Intercontinental, and the actor, he said they didn't approach anybody on the John Wick team about it. They just went and did it because they have rights, and that's the type of stuff that you don't want happening to your franchise. You don't want them making just TV shows where they're making younger versions of your characters and coming up with the lore of why you have the scar over here. Like, remember, like, I'm just thinking out loud. Like, remember that dumb scene in Miss Marvel explains why Nick Fury is blind in one eye, and it's just like a cat scratched him. And I'm in the theater, like, really? That's why? That's why he's blind in one eye. A cat scratched him. It's the dumbest goddamn lore story ever.
It's like I didn't need to know that.
I didn't care to. I didn't
Yeah.
care to. You know. But
It's like whatever my imagination had going on was way better than that sort of like moment.
Way better
Yeah,
than
it's
a
just
cat.
like you don't have
stray
to
cats. Yeah.
explain everything.
Yeah, but that's what they do, man. When they try and connect the story, and then they're not really like, they're trying to make it seem important, more important than what it really is, and trying to explain why things are the way they are. So, hey, man, my advice to the director of John Wick is put down the other projects. I know you do good work, Bullet Train and all those other movies. Those are cool, but John Wick is him. You know what I mean? That is that project that can put your name in like film history. Everything else is like cool creative outlets, but like focus. You know what I'm saying? Like focus on John Wick.
Who is that? Lionsgate?
Yes, Lionsgate. Because you have the opportunity to make like the best action franchise ever. Like no misses, no misses. It's up there with like samurai films and shit. So yeah, I would say stick the landing.
But I mean, that's not, after a while, it's not going to be up to him anymore. He's going to get tired, and then Lionsgate is going to go, well, we're not. Like, this shit still makes money. They're going to try and do whatever. Yeah. There's going to be eventually either that one where, like, Keanu's ready to go back for another one. Chad S. They'll going to be ready to do one. So either, they'll have a weird one with Keanu and, like, a weird director and it won't feel the same. Or if he's, like, really loyal to the director, neither of them come back and they go, well, we still own the rights, so we're going to keep making. We're going to make ballerinas, 2 through 4. Then after that, then we're going to do this extended universe and all this shit. Then we're going to do that. Like, they're going to bleed it because they have to. Because that's the game. You make you make something successful and you don't own it. Like on the artist side, that company's going to bleed it because it makes money. They got to bleed it until it don't make money no more. Until people go like that, they still making those fucking things? That's the fucking
until ballerina's fighting a transformer in space. That's when you know it's really like just
until she's all of a sudden in a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah, crossover.
Yeah,
and
she's selling like Duncan Hines donuts and this cross promotion between that Wall-E 2 and Transformers.
Yeah, dancing like Al Pacino. It's trying to sell a smack. What the fuck was he doing in Jack and Jill? Smackachino. What the fuck was it? Doing that shit,
yeah, man. So this has been another episode of It's Too Early for All That. It's Tuesday morning. Rise and grind, King.
Get your money.